Okay, so in this session we are going to discuss about the servlet. Okay, so first of all, servlet is just simply Java program, right? Okay, servlet is nothing but your Java program, and where it is reside? It reside inside the server, right? So consider this is your client, and client is sending a request. So this request will go to the server, right? Okay, and inside this server we have a servlet. Now this is the servlet. It will generate the dynamic response. So this is the servlet. Basically it will generate the dynamic response. Okay, and this is the dynamic response will return back to the client, right? So what we will do is, like, client is nothing but your browser, right? So client is nothing but the browser only. Okay, so from this browser, we'll send the request. So it may be any URL, or it may be a www.google.com, something like that. So for this Google or something, they have written the servlet, right? We have a lot of technologies, but in this case, we are seeing the servlet. So when the client will send the request, this one, so this is the request. Firstly, it will goes to the servlet, and after that, this is the server. Okay, this is the server. Inside that server, we have a servlet. Okay, with the specific name. Now this request will go to this servlet. Okay, and after that it will generate the dynamic response, and we knows that browser only knows the HTML, right? So this is the response. Whatever the response we are getting, this response will generate, okay, in the form of it may be any form, but later that it will convert into an HTML. Okay, because your client only knows the HTML code. So when you are going on your browser, you can go anywhere, and when you will right click inspect it, you will see the HTML code, right? This is nothing but the HTML code. So this is the HTML code they have generated. Okay, whenever they are sending the uh, response return back to the client, that time they will generate the HTML code, and it will return back to the client. Okay, but basically we knows that we create a servlet by using a servlet interface, right? It has some drawback. That's why we have introduced the concept of generic servlet. Okay, but generic servlet also have some drawbacks. Okay, so it doesn't have a method to accept the do get, do post. Okay, so HTTP protocol method it doesn't have. Just like now I want to get the request by using a get method. Okay, but they don't have a get method. If I need the request by using a post, they don't have a post method. So that's why they have introduced the concept of HTTP servlet. Okay, so this HTTP servlet and the generic servlet, they are classes, and this servlet is nothing but the interface. Okay, so this HTTP servlet also have some drawback. Just like that, now if you want to perform, so this is your class, consider, and this is your demo class, and you are extending HTTP servlet. You are simply extending the HTTP servlet, and this is the HTTP servlet. Here you see. Now here I just want to simply perform the read operation in this servlet. In this servlet, I just simply want to perform the read operation. How I can do the things? If I want to perform the read operations only, it's not possible by using a HTTP servlet, right? If I want to perform the write operation, it's not possible to perform by using this servlet. See, the thing is, when you will extend and you will convert this demo into an servlet, so that time what it will happen, you can read it and you can write it. Okay, but now the thing is, now I just want to create this servlet only for the reading the information. I don't want to write. Okay, got it? No, I don't want to write. I just want to read it. So these types of things we don't have. So that's why they have introduced the concept of sling sling shape method servlet. Sling shape method servlet. So by using this method, you can only read the servlet. By using that, you can only read the servlet. And how we can read the servlet? By using a do get method. Okay, by using a do get method, we read the servlet. So basically, this do get will use for the fetching the data. Okay, so whenever you will use only the do get method, that means you are fetching the data. Okay, and you can only read the data. But when you will use sling all method servlet, sling all method servlet, that means what you will do here, you can read and as well as write. So basically if you want to write it, that means you are reading. Okay, So here the thing is, whenever you want to read and write is nothing but the do get and do post method. Okay, do get and do post method. So whenever you want to only you want to read it, then you can simply use this sling step method servlet. And if you want to write as well, then you can simply go with this sling all method servlet. Now the thing is that is okay. We can create a servlet by using these two classes. These are nothing but the classes only, right? But now the thing is how I can call, how I can invoke, or you can say how you can register it. If you want to register the servlet, how you can register the servlet. So again, we have a two ways by using a path. Using a path, you can register it, and again we have using a resource type. Okay, so these two ways we have to call our servlet. Now consider, now I just want to hit the servlet. So before that, we need to send the response, no? So here what I'm doing, www.google.com. Oh, google.com. Okay, so this is what, this is our URL. So this is nothing but we have registered our servlet by using this www.google.com path, or it may be a resource. By using that, we have registered it. When we will hit the enter, then we'll get the output, and this is the output. It is coming in the form of dynamic. Okay, it's generating the dynamic output. Okay, so this is what, this is we are invoking our servlet. So you can invoke it directly by using the path, or we have another option, that is by using a resource type. And another thing, whenever we, now the thing is, your servlet is nothing but the OSGi service. Your servlet is nothing but the OSGi service. So whenever you will see this at the rate component, whenever you will see this component, this is nothing but your OSGi component. But in that, now the thing is, here if I'm adding the service, here I'm adding one attribute, that is service. Okay, and here I'm defining any class, servlet.class. Okay, anything. So whenever you will add here service attribute, this is nothing but your OSGi service. Basically, when you will define here directly a component, this is nothing but your OSGi component. Okay, but when you will add the component with the attribute, that is service, this becomes your OSGi service. Got it? Now the thing is, now the thing is, here only, inside that only, inside this component, you can register your service. See, the thing is, servlet is nothing but your OSGi service, right? Service. And whenever we'll says anything, it's out of the box, right? So whenever I'm saying like servlet is a OSGi service, or the scheduler is your OSGi service, that means you will, whenever you will create no servlet or something, you need to define this at the rate component annotations. This is the annotation you need to define. And what you said, it's a service, right? So you need to define here service as well, and the name of your service. Got it? Okay, like that way it works. But here in two, we have a two platform. In this two platform, we can write the servlet. So first of all, here we have a OSGi declarative service, declarative service 1.2, OSGi declarative service 1.2 we have. So this is the oldest one. Okay, so here we have a old annotation, that is R5, and the latest annotation we have, that is OSGi declarative service, that is 1.4. 1.4. Here we have a latest annotations, that is R7. No need to learn about this, but still I'm telling, like we have a different ways to define a servlet, to register the servlet. So that's why I'm telling. So we know that we can register by using a two ways, by path and by resource. But we have a two platforms to define it. This is the thing, you can define in two platforms. So first one, you can define inside this OSGi declarative service 1.2, or you can directly use this annotation. That's a new annotation, OSGi declarative service 1.4. Now come here. Now we'll try to define it. So here, this is the thing we have, and model we have discussed day before yesterday. Now servlet. So here they have already created. Now create anything, servlet, and simply servlet example. Okay, this is the thing. Now this is just simple and class. I need to convert into an servlet. So for that you need to extend, either you can extend a sling shape method servlet or sling all method servlet. It's up to you. Now if you want to read and write as well, now you want to define the do get and do post method, you can use this one. But in this case, I just simply want to read it. So that's why I'm just defining here sling shape method servlet. Import it. So it has present in this package. Okay, another thing, now this is the thing we have converted into an servlet, right? But what is that? This is your OSGi service. Your servlet is nothing but the OSGi service only. We knows that here I'm not going to define the object. Then how we can call this servlet example? So it will call automatically. Now how it will call automatically? So we don't worry, this OSGi service will take care. That's why we need to define this @ component. Okay, this OSGi component or OSGi service will take care of it. Okay, so there is no need to call. So that's why we need to define here OSGi component. Now this class is nothing but the OSGi component. This file is the OSGi component. Now we need to convert into a service. Then only it will create the object. So for that we need to define here service. And the thing is, now for running this servlet or for executing this servlet, we need to load the life cycle, right? We need to load the life cycle of the servlet. So here I just simply registering by using this servlet dot class. That's it. Here I have imported the life cycle. Okay, if you don't have any, if you don't know anything, okay, so what we have to define here, just simply copy this and just paste it. Now it will create the object for this. Again I'm just telling, like here, now directly I have defined here servlet dot class. Through this servlet dot class, internally it will go to your servlet example, right? So directly I have defined it. Okay, but if you want to clearly create the object for this servlet example, directly copy and come here and paste it. That's it. Okay, got it. Now here I'm just define, see, the thing is, this two thing is done. Now we need to define the header part, how your servlet will work. Okay, whenever someone will try to see, here we have a two things. In the above of the class we have to declare the header parts. That means how the request will send. So here basically we have, so how the request will send. Do we need any parameters after this? Okay, which method it should be accepted, or if there is a response in the header, if that response it is passing by using the get. Okay, so this get is supported to your Eclipse, to your this program or not, we need to check it. So all these condition or everything will define inside this component or above of this class. And once they will hit the enter, after that you are getting the output, right? So this is nothing but this output that we are going to define inside this public void and do get. So here I'm just going to define. Here it accepts two parameters. We know that in our servlet it accepts HTTP servlet, right? HTTP servlet requests something. It accepts, no? And we'll create the request parameter. Here we need to define sling HTTP servlet request. Here I'm just defining the request. Just like that, sling HTTP servlet response. Here I'm just defining the response. That's it. Okay, so basically it has two parameters. Your servlet have two parameters, that is request and the response. All your request related thing it will store inside your request. It has a method as well. By using that you can get the parameters and everything. And if you want to send the response or you want to print the response, all these things it has present inside your response. Got it? Now just simply we need to import it. We have imported. Okay, we have imported, that is nice. After that, now we'll see by using a OSGi declarative 1.2. Now how we can register it directly. Here I'm using property. We need to use property, curly braces open and close it, like that way. Now you can define the attributes, that is sling servlet paths. I already mentioned it. We have a two ways to register the servlet. So first of all path, and second one we have a resource type. Now we are seeing the paths. So how we can define, how we can register it. So we need to define here property. After that the attributes, and now the value of that attribute. So here it should be start with this, where it is, yeah, this bin, and after that here you can define anything whatever you want. Bin slash how it is. Come here. If you are getting any doubts how it is, you need to come here and check it. Okay, so go there. Bin, here I'm just defining anything. Okay, it's not matter, you can define anything, but it should be start with this bin, or it should be start with the apps. Okay, then only you can accept it. Okay, so we have one configuration manager. There you need to put the entries. Okay, if you are instead of this bin or instead of this con for the apps, if you want to define your custom or something, then you need to put the entry inside the config manager. That we will discuss in future, how we can create a config manager and everything. Okay, this is done now. Sling servlet pass, this is okay. Everything is going well. After that, here now I just want to set the response. See, by default it will automatically set as a do get method. Here I haven't defined the methods, right? I haven't defined the method here. So by default it will accept as a do get, and here we have defined the response as a do get only. If you want to change it, here you need to use sling servlet methods. Okay, and after that you need to define the methods here. Got it? Like that way it works. Now here, come here, and what you need, response dot get content type. In which format we need? We need it in the form of JSON. So application slash JSON I have defined. Okay, here I have defined, and after that now here what I'm doing, I'm creating an JSON object. Okay, and I'm just pass some information, and we'll see that output it has coming or not. You can use anything. So in this case I'm using an object mapper. Mapper is equals to new object mapper. Okay, this is the object I have created for the object mapper. Okay, basically you can create the object by using this JSON. We have create array builders or object builders, and you can create the object by using this as well. Okay, maybe we have another one, that is Google API JSON something. It's not a Google, no. Yeah, this is the object mapper, we got it. So we have a lot of ways to create an object. Okay, JSON, JSON objects. Yeah, this is also, this is an Google API. Here you see. Now this is the API, or some API it has deprecated. I don't know. I don't think so. Google API it has deprecated. Now we'll see. Just like that, you can create a JSON array as well. See, so it's not deprecated. If it is deprecated, you will see the line. Okay. So in this case, we will see to use this JSON object builder. You can use anything from this. Remove this. Remove this as well. Give it a short name. So here you can define the job. That's it. Now inside the jobs, you can add something. You can add the value. So here title, or you can define the name. Search job.add. Here you can define the URL. Okay, so this is the thing we have defined it. Now here what I have done here is I have created the JSON object, and after that this is the value we have added inside this JSON. Now this is the JSON we want to print it. How we can do that things? If if you want to print it, just simply you can use response dot get the writer. Okay, and inside that you can just simply write it. Okay, now here I have a job. Now here you need to convert, purely you need to convert into a JSON. So that's why I'm using here build. After that, but this is the right, it accepts the string. So you need to convert into an two string. That's it. Now it has throwing one error, that is IO exception. You need to handle it. Throws IO exception. Now import. Now where is this project? You need to go there. AEM project, no? Weekend. We have changed only the backend code, right? So just go inside the backend code, CMD, and here for deploying the backend code, we need to define here p auto install bundle. Hit enter. It takes some time. Okay, it has deployed successfully. Now we need to go there. How we have registered it? Okay, so this is the port. This is the bin example demo. It's not present, but still virtually you can access it. Now come here and simply here localhost 4502 and paste it. Now hit the enter. Oh, okay. After the bin, we need to define the slash. Here you need to come localhost 4502 slash paste it. Now you can hit the enter. Oh, let me try to define the bin here. Now you can try to deploy it. Now it has built successful. Again, copy this. Sling servlet paths, is it right? No? Spelling sling servlet paths. That's right. Servlet also we have defined immediate is equals to true. Immediately we need to execute. Again, you can define till now. Localhost 4502, paste it, hit enter. Yeah, we got the data. Okay, so what I have done here is we need to define like this. We have to define the slash bin, whatever it is after that, but we need to define this bin. You can define anything. Okay, here we have registered by using a paths, right? So this is what your URL. This is what your URL, and based on that, whenever you will hit this, we have registered this code. Okay, so whenever you will hit this one, you will get this output. See here, here I have defined localhost 4502 and this is the path. After that, when I hit enter, I got the result. And this is the result. It has coming in the form of JSON object. Why? Because all the JSON, all this data we have created, we have added inside the JSON object only. Here you see JSON object I have created. We have added the code and this is the JSON object. We are converting into an JSON and after that to string and we are printing it. The same thing it is happening. Okay, now how we can register it by using a sling resource type. Now we need to know this one first. Okay, Okay, how it has created, this is what page. Now this is the page it has created by using a component, right? This is the page, it has created by using a page component. So how you can see that one? By using a resource type. You need to click here inside the jcr colon content and you will see here somewhere resource type. See, this is what your resource type. Here we have a weekend, components and page. Okay, so whenever user will try with this link, here you see this is what your link, right? Copy this, come here and simply paste it, localhost 4502, paste it. Now whenever user will try to achieve the code, okay, so whenever user will try to hit this path, and if your sling model it has registered with this resource type, okay, with this resource type, and if your user is client is trying to hit this request, and if this is the request, now this is what your url, if it is match this resource type, then you will get the output. Got it? It's very easy, no? Just simply come here. Now here we need to define this one. This is the thing we need to define. Copy, come here, and comma we need to give, double quotes, sling colon sling servlet, yeah, resource types. Okay, you can define more than one, it's up to you. Sling servlet resource types, and after that paste this. Okay, whatever it is. So we have pasted our code, right? This is the code we have pasted. Otherwise I can give one example. Here they have okay, let it be, we'll see our own. We simply need this page. Why they are making it complicated? Okay, sling servlet paths, bin example demo, sling servlet resource types. Okay, so this is the weekend component and the page. You can remove, it's up to you. You can access it both by using a path and by using a resource type as well. But mostly 99% they use this one only. Why? Because it is a secure as compared to the path. If anyone knows the path directly, they will hit and they will get the output. Now this is consider, this output we don't want to show to anyone. Okay, but if they knows the path, they will hit it and they will get the output. That's it. So because of that, this is not unsecure. Okay, so here we have defined this. Now just try to deploy it. Okay, it has deployed successful. Okay, so now how we have registered? By using this weekend component page. Now we need to see if any page it has created by using a weekend component page, then we can get the output. Now here you can see the us. See, this us is not created, right? So we cannot access it. But when we are going inside this en in this jcr, so we can access it. Here you see we have a weekend components and page. Now copy this content, go over here, and after that localhost 4502 slash and paste it and just try to hit enter. See, we got the output, right? Any difficulty here? No, I think so. See, the thing is, in the resource type, what we have to do is we need to define any resource type. Any resource type. Come here inside the content folder and check if that resource match. If this is the path, if this is the path it has created by using this resource type, Okay, and when you will hit this resource type, you will get this output. Okay, this is the thing. This is what directly inside the component I'm defining this property and everything, right? So this is OSGi declarative 1.2. Okay, and here we are using inside the component only annotation we are defining. But if you want to use and you don't want to define inside it, now you want to define, you want to register your servlet outside, so they have provided the annotation, we just simply need to use it. So at the rate sling servlet resource types, sling servlet resource type we need to define, and whenever you will define this one sling servlet resource type, here you need to define the resource type, you need to define here resource type. Now the same resource type you can come here and just define it here. That's it. See, the thing is now you need to know, like see here, weekend component and the page. Now I have registered by using this resource type, right? Maybe some other classes as well, it has registered by using the same resource type. Here you see, when you are coming here, it the same thing it has registered by using this resource type, right? So now what is the difference between that, how we can differentiate these two? So simply for that they have created the concept of selector and the extension. You can simply use the selector and the extension. So uniquely we need to identify, click here comma, and here you can define the selectors, and you can define the selector whatever you need. If you want to define in a multi, you can define it here. Also the same thing, if you want to define in a multi, you can just give it like this and define another one here. Okay, not only the one, you can access more than one as well. Here I don't want only the text, not the text, sample dot, in which format it is coming, so extension we need to mention, extensions. Okay, and here I need a JSON extension. That's it. Now you can remove this, we don't want. That's it. Now try to deploy it. Whichever we are getting, we need to remove this. Now everything is okay. Now we need to deploy. See, it has executing the test cases, right? If you want to if you want to avoid these test cases or you want to skip it, here we have another method. So here d skip test. There is a thing you can use. D skip test. So what it will do, it will skip the test cases. That's it. And here you need to define true. Oh, so it has deployed. Now go over there. Now here, if you hit enter, you will get the format. See, the thing is that when you are using the selector and the extension, that time you need to mention it. Otherwise, it will give you the forbidden error, right? Copy this, come here, paste it. Now here, what is the sample selector? Firstly, we need to mention the selector and after that extension. Don't mention it here extension and after that selector. Hit enter. See, again we got the same output. So here we can define the selector and the extension. We can do the same thing with declarative service 1.2 and 1.4 as well. Okay, but here it's clear they have mentioned it. If you want to register sling servlet resource type, you can use here resource type, selector and the extensions. And if you want to register by using a path, here you need to define here sling servlet paths and import it. Here it will accept one parameter, you need to mention it, and that is value. Okay, double quotes bin example demo. You can mention anything. Now just try to deploy it. Deploy it. Come here, try to refresh it. The same output you are getting. Now by using a path, we need to check. So copy this, come here, localhost 4502, 18. Dun, dun, dun. In the both cases, we are getting the output. Okay, so sling resource type and the sling servlet paths. Okay, so both it is executing, and by using these both, we have registered the servlet and we are getting the output. But mostly they prepare the sling servlet resource type. Why? Because it's a secure. Okay, no one knows that this is the page how we have created, right? But maybe they knows that how we can this path. If they knows this path directly, they can access it. Okay,